Hello there. Welcome to the Digital Lost. I'm really glad you could join me. In this video, we will have a look at the small Eurorack effects build that I'm putting together. We'll briefly talk about why I'm doing this, what my expectations are, well, hopes, I guess, really. We'll look at the first effects unit that I've purchased, and then we'll have some music. Here are some timestamps. So Eurorack's become very popular of late, hasn't it? And I guess we're all here now talking about this, so I am not immune. I'm starting to have a go. So why is that? Well, I guess the popularity has brought about a lot of cheap units, and it kind of is an expensive hobby to get into. Like, I'm sure, like, once you kind of set up with power and a case and everything, it gets a bit better. But with the popularity, yeah, cheaper units have come out, and I'm not talking about like the Behringer like tributes that have come out recently, but companies like Dreadbox and Calsynth, others, they're bringing out these really good quality, great sounding modules, and so yeah, it's just became a lot easier to maybe, just start dabbling in it. The other thing that happened is I became mildly obsessed with the Coma Electric Field Kit and Field Kit FX. If you haven't seen them or know what I'm talking about, look them up. Very interesting little self-contained boxes. There are two of them, and they deal with using like found sounds and interacting with the real world. The FX box had got me particularly interested. A beautiful little collection of effects and sounds that I'm really into. I became really into that, and I just head down reading and listening to reviews and listening to music made with these kits, particularly the FX one. Here in the US, they've been really hard to find. As I record this, I'm sure that'll get easier soon, but right now, yeah, very difficult to find. But I kind of thought, well, there are a few parts of that box that I probably wouldn't use so much. So I thought with cheap modules around nowadays, I might just start to build my own very small effects unit. And that's what I've just started doing. My intention for this build is small, not overly priced, and yeah, again, just to deal with effects. I'm not interested right now in getting like any kind of oscillators or anything like that. I just want to be able to alter sounds of instruments that I already have, or just sort of maybe dabble a little bit with field kit style sounds. It's something that I've been really interested in lately. So yeah, I've got myself a case, I've got myself a power supply, very small, but yeah, let's have a look. So yeah, this is the pretty standard, it's the Moog branded 60 HP Eurorack case. It's the same size and style that they use for things like the Mother 32 and the DFAM. And that's very small for a lot of people, but for me, I think I might do well with having that limitation there. There's an old thing that once you get involved in modular, it's really easy to get really in deep. You start wanting to fill up a larger case, and I'm sure I can absolutely understand that being a real thing. So I very deliberately wanted to get something small. I like the appearance of this as well. I mean, it looks nice. I like the black, I like the wood, I like the angle. So I've gone with this. Power supply, you can see, is already installed. Just the basic tip-top Micro Zeus. Perfect, really. And I do like to use effects pedals in my music. I have a few, not an obscene amount, especially compared to some. But as you can see here, like the size of these things, I mean, this is a standard Boss pedal. I mean, what could you fit? Maybe 4 in that 60 HP space, you can fit a lot more modules in, especially if you go something like, yeah, the Pico series from Calsynth, or even the 2HP, which are even smaller. You could fit just a ton of different things in there if you wanted. So this is the size I'm going for now. I know that will probably change at some point, but for right now, I'm focusing on a small effects-driven setup. So yeah, I have the power module in there already. My first module, I guess it is another utility module. It's not terribly exciting, but because I want to deal with using my own instruments, I needed a way to get those into my Eurorack. So it's an input module. It is the Pico input from Calsynth. It's only 3 HP, tiny little thing. It's just going to sit down there on the end of my case and just kind of keep out of the way, do its thing, and yeah, it's perfect for what I'm looking for. Left and right stereo inputs, but the left input is also a TRS cable input. Same with the output setup. So yeah, let's just get that in there. And yeah, as you can see, it'll just kind of sit there on the end, just minding its own business. So of course I need then, after I've affected that incoming signal, I need to get that out so I can either listen on headphones or plug it through my interface. And I'm not really going a standard Eurorack module with this. A while ago, the company Hungry Robots, who are typically a guitar effects pedal company, released a line of modular style boxes that came in like guitar pedal enclosures. And that was something I'd really thought about for a little while, and you know, nothing serious, but I saw one of the output modules come up like really cheap, secondhand, so I kind of grabbed it. So I have one of those right here. I'm going to be using this as my output module, and you can see, just to compare it to, again, like a standard Boss pedal, like size-wise, it's guitar pedal size box. It's going to be my output module. It also runs on 9-volt center negative, same as guitar pedals. And it's also just going to free me up some space in my already pretty small case. So yeah, that will be plugged in. Oh yeah, it does all the conversion for Eurorack voltage and everything inside. So yeah, that will just sit just kind of out of the way a little bit. I can use that to plug directly into my my interface. Yeah, perfect. It's already freed me up a bit of space in my small enclosure. So, effects. I said earlier that I'd been really inspired and sort of interested in the Field Kit FX box. So I kind of wanted to use elements of that I really liked. I liked the idea of the delay and the spring reverb. I liked the looping function. Yeah, I wasn't too concerned about the Field Kit that came before the FX, which was able to power and control, you know, little motors and actuators and that sort of thing. I mean, it seems like a bit of fun, but it's not what I'm into right now. So the first module I got, so in saying that, the first module I got doesn't really do anything that the FX kit does, but again, it was something that will sort of complement what I like to do a lot better. Let's see what we have. It is the uburst or microburst by Calsynth, which is a clone of Mutable Instruments Clouds module. Clouds is so common, with good reason. They sound beautiful. They're not really made anymore. I could probably find one secondhand, but again, the price for this and also the size, it's only 8 HP. What's Clouds, like 12, maybe 14, I don't know, but larger than this. This will fit in my box a lot better. You know, it might be a little bit more fiddly, but that doesn't bother me. Like, yeah, it's not a concern for me. So yeah, there are plenty of videos on YouTube demonstrating the Clouds. Apparently, all of the clones are more or less identical, except for the layout and size. So yeah, this is something I'm very, very interested in. So let's get this in. Now, all that's left right now is to maybe hear how this thing is going to sound. I have already just run through a bit of a tune, just playing around on the microburst, uburst, and yeah, I'm very excited. So yeah, this music we're about to hear was literally my first play around with this module. I'm so excited. I was so happy. I put some sounds into it, and immediately it was like, oh wow, and I don't even have any modulation modules. I'm doing the most basic shit with this. It's literally putting a sound in there and playing with knobs and just fine tuning and finding that sound that you really like. So when I start getting into like some modulation modules, kind of blows my mind a bit where I might go with this. Yeah, I'm excited. So the sounds you'll be hearing are all from the modal sculpt. And I say sounds, it's literally one note at first, which is held and then manipulated, and then about halfway that changes to two notes, which are then both held, and that's it. Like literally like one note once and then that same note plus another note, and everything is just being manipulated through the microburst. Towards the end, when I was recording this, and again, like I cannot stress enough, this was just completely impromptu, like first run through with this module, but I started to get really excited with the sound I was hearing. I ended up loading up a cello from Spitfire Audio's Labs Frozen Strings, I think it is, and I just laid a little bit of like creepy sounding cello over the top just for a little while towards the end. This thing was inspiring. It was like I can't wait to just be done with this so I can just get back into it. So yeah, the only other effect is Valhalla Vintage Verb just laid over the background just to kind of bring everything together a bit. But yeah, here we go. Please enjoy. We'll be back after this just for some final thoughts, and yeah, please enjoy. well, that was some music. Yeah, again, that was seriously my first play around with the microburst here, and the fact I don't have any modulation sources or anything to play around with this, and I was already getting this kind of sound out of things, like, yeah, I'm really excited, and already I can kind of see the direction I might want to go in with my next module. But in saying that, if you do have any suggestions or recommendations, like, please go ahead below. Like, I really want to know, I want help. If you're seeing anything I'm doing horribly wrong, again, please let me know. That's kind of good stuff to know. If you have any questions, go ahead. Again, I'm a complete beginner in all this, but hey, you know, maybe we could all learn together. Yeah, this will be an ongoing thing. As I add modules, I'll make a video, we'll try it out, we'll see how it falls into place with my existing setup. So if you haven't already, consider a subscription. That'll be the best way to know when those videos come out. And if you haven't visited my channel before, I've got plenty of music here, lots of, well, you know, quite a few reviews of mostly cheap gear, a few ranting videos. Yeah, if you're still enjoying it, like, yeah, please consider a subscription. And if you found this video helpful, please give a thumbs up. It's really appreciated, and it's a good way for the video to get spread around. Like, as I'm making mistakes and as I'm seeing this thing grow, and as I'm hopefully improving with like modular, it might help somebody else along the way if they can sort of learn from what I did right and what I did wrong. But yeah, either way, I'm really glad you could join me. Hopefully you got something out of this. Check back later for follow-up videos. Again, questions or comments below. Thumbs up if you liked it. And yeah, check back again. But until next time, just keep making music, keep doing whatever you do. And yeah, glad you could join me. Cheers.